Hey guys, so today I'm going to be filming my November highlights videos, I think is what I'm going to call these, but these are essentially my wrap-ups. And I'm also going to mention, I'm not going to mention all, I'm going to mention all the books I read, but I'm not going to give a synopsis and whatever for all of them. And then I'm also going to show you some books that I'm currently reading. So let's just jump right into it. The first 3 books that I read this month, I don't have with me, but I'll obviously put a picture up. And these were my fave. And that was the series of Unfortunate Events books 1 through 3, or no, 1 through 4, and then I also read 5 later in the month. I gave these all around a 4/ a 4.5. They were all somewhere mixed in there, but they're all super good, and I'm really excited about the Netflix special. So, yeah. The next thing I read by Nicola Yoon, and that is Everything, Everything. And this book was so good. I've heard so many people rate this book and whatever over the course since it came out. And I bought it on my Kindle because it was really cheap. The ebook was really cheap one day, so I bought it. I didn't think I was going to read it for a long time, and then I finally picked it up, and I'm so happy I did. It was so good. I loved it. This is about a girl who has this really rare disease where she's allergic to everything. She's not allowed to leave her house, and then a family moves in next door, and the dad's kind of abusive, so she kind of just watches from her window. She ends up IMing with the boy that lives in that house, and then things happen, and it's so good. And I love this cover. It's so beautiful, and I love Nicola Yoon. She's one of my favorite authors now. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars in case you couldn't tell, but it was so good. I also read another Nicola Yoon book this month, and that is Everything. Oh, not that. It is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. This cover, first of all, so gorgeous. This is about 2 people, Natasha, right? That's her name. And Daniel. And Natasha is Jamaican, and her family is being deported. This all takes place in one day. So her family was being deported that night. And so she's trying to stop the deportation, and then she ends up running into this guy, Daniel, who is Asian American, and he believes in fate and true love, and she doesn't believe in any of that stuff. So he's let me ask you all these questions. It's one of those things where you ask your partner these 40 questions and they'll automatically fall in love with you or whatever. So they try to do the questions, and they keep just running into each other, and so they spend the day together, and it's a whole adventure. It takes place in New York City, and it's so much fun. I didn't like this one as much as I liked Everything, Everything. I was super attached to those characters. I mean, I was attached to these ones, but just not as much. I also gave this 5 out of 5 stars, and Nicola Yoon's books are super great because you can read them in a day. So, amazing. The next thing, I didn't finish reading, but I've read enough of it and seen enough of the TV show to give it a rating, even though I haven't finished it yet because I know what happens. So I'm just gonna rate it, and that's Outlander. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it. There was something that I had issues with. That's all I'm gonna say. This is also a case where I haven't finished it, but I've read enough of it to know that I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 stars, and that is The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I've explained the synopsis of this book in a few other videos, so go check those out if you have not. I'm halfway through, but I already know I'm gonna give this 5 out of 5 stars. It's amazing. The last book I actually finished this month is Illuminae by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This was a reread. I wanted to reread this for Tome Topple, and also so I could pick up Gemina because I didn't really remember what happened, and I listened to the audiobook and it was so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book. It's one of my faves. Another book that I made progress with Tome Topple is Winter by Marissa Meyer. I've only read probably 100 pages of this book, but Tome Topple ends tomorrow, and I'm hoping to fit a few more pages in, but if I don't, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just gonna finish it in December. But this is the last book in the Lunar Chronicles, and it's about Snow White and every other character in the Lunar Chronicles, and it's great. And the next book that I'm reading for Tome Topple is Gemina by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I'm 100 pages in. It takes place after Illuminae, a few days after, but it follows different characters. It's a companion. I'm really liking it so far. Also listening to the audiobook, also loving it. The next book that I've been reading for Tome Topple, which I think I've read about like 50 pages of is Jane Eyre. I've been reading this book for so long and I just want to finish it, and I'm really liking it. Like, I know I'm gonna give this book a high rating, it's taking me forever to get through because I keep getting distracted by other books. The last book that I've made progress with for Tome Topple is Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I'm like 236 pages into this, and I wanted to finish it, but I probably won't, and I'll just finish it, you know, in December. That's fine. But I'm also really liking this. Those are all of the books that I'm currently reading / read this month. Super loving them. They're great. Let me know if you guys like this video, if you have any like better ways for me to do it. Like, I'm still trying to figure out this like no wrap up type thing. Some of you commented on the last one I did and gave me some feedback, which was really nice. So if you have any more of that, definitely leave in a comment down below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!